Good morning and welcome back to the channel. After yesterday's negativity, and let's face it, let's look at the table before we start. And before we listen to Brendan Rodgers and a few other commentators, let's look at the table. Yes, we've played 17 games. Yes, we're still top of the league. Yes, we're on 42 points. And yes, we have a goal difference of 31, which, I remind you, is better than anyone else in the league this Monday morning. So let's get off to a nice positive start. And then let's listen to what Brendan Rodgers had to say about the game yesterday.
Second half, we never got started. You expect a wee bit of pressure for 10, 15 minutes, which we weathered. In terms of the set pieces and corners, but we never passed the ball. Yeah, we were under a bit more pressure, but you have to be resistant to that pressure whenever you're playing and you play how we play. So, and we weren't able to make passes, which then couldn't take us up the pitch. So that was the biggest disappointment in the second half. We couldn't sustain any attacking threat.
Does that come down to the way that Brendan Rodgers set them up, or does it come down to our players not listening to what the management are telling them?
In the game, we had one chance, I think, when Matt broke through and hit the outside of the post. But you have to be much better than what we were in the second half. The players know themselves. We spoke after the game. It's not what we wanted to do. Second half, we played their game instead of playing our game.
That's interesting that he said that we played their game instead of playing our own game, which we did. And fair play to Kilmarnock, they deserved their win. Let's not take nothing away from Kilmarnock from the game today. And let's listen to Brendan Rodgers and see what he said about the first half of the game yesterday. Let's face it, the first half was a completely different game, and that's a couple of weeks in a row now that we've had a sort of game of two halves with this Celtic team.
I thought performance first half was very good. We started the game really well, first 25 minutes in particular, and scored a really good goal, created more chances.
I noticed he's never said anything yet about all the missed opportunities and the missed chances that we had in the first half, which, let's face it, we should have been around about 3-0 up the first half on its own.
And I thought we were good value for our lead. Second half, we never got started. I think we played more the game they wanted to play than the game we wanted to. We never made passes, and we got rid of the ball instead of passing it.
Just passing it just for the sake of it. And there was a couple of times, Nat Phillips, why he's at Celtic, I have no idea. But I understand that in terms, just clear the ball. But, just kicking it up the park, schoolboy stuff. It's certainly not stuff of a top-rate defender at Celtic. And we've had quite a few of them over the years. So let's move on from that and see what he says about those missed opportunities in the first half.
Should have done. We were in a good place, as I said. Good intensity in our game. Got into really good areas, and missed what looked like good chances. So, but we had control of the game.
There's a lot of people saying yesterday they all wanted to see Tomoki Iwata given his chance again after having such a good game against Hibs. But you have to say he was found missing. He was completely found missing. And Brendan's going to say it again. He's going to say it again and again. It's all about consistency. You give players this chance, and they don't take the chance, but they don't grab the bull by the horns, as they say. And I think there was a lot of players who were found wanting yesterday afternoon. Now, let's not get carried away with ourselves. It is the first defeat in the league of the season. We are still top of the league, and I'm going to show you the league just again. We are still top of the league with 17 games played. And when you look at the goals for, or 20. The goals against are only 6 away from home. The goals for at home are 23, and they're only 6 against. And we are 31 goals to the good, as well as 42 points at the top of the table, looking down on the Rangers this morning. So anyway, let's move on from that. Well, we've been talking about wingers for weeks, and the fact that we don't have Leila Bada and Dyson Maida, who've been fantastic for Celtic over the last couple of seasons. And we've got Mikey Johnson back in the team, and the manager rates Mikey Johnson. A lot of Celtic fans don't rate Mikey Johnson. A lot of fans do. It's he's a split player. And Lewis Palmer didn't have the best of games either. I still think that he has got one thing on his mind, and that's doing well at Celtic and then trying to get a move to Spain. Let's hear what Brendan Rodgers said about the wingers and the fact that, we got outdone by wingers yesterday.
Yeah. No, we defended those areas not so good. Like you say, but we know Kilmarnock's game. They want to get it wide. They want to get crosses in, and too often we didn't do that.
That was interesting, especially with the fact that we conceded so many fouls from. I mean, you knew they were going to do it. We know that their tactics. We know that they're going to try and get free out on the wing so that they can get the ball crossed in to the big men. And let's face it, they've got a team of 6'2" players. So if you are under 6 foot and you're in the youth team at Kilmarnock, unless you're 6'2", you're absolutely no chance that you're going to get into that. So let's not take anything away from Kilmarnock. They fully deserved their win. We were terrible on the day, and we move on. We move on slightly. The last bit from Brendan Rodgers this morning before.
But yeah, so it's a disappointment, isn't it? It's the
Exactly.
first defeat that we've had in the league, so it will hurt. But ultimately, you know, we didn't deserve. I said probably anything because of the second half performance.
It is just on what your defeat of the season, and then as you would expect, yesterday the Orcs come out and negative, but it's we move on. Where are they this morning? They're probably in their bed, still hiding under the covers. The fact that Celtic are top of the league. Now, there was one person that did talk about it on Sky Sports, James McFadden, and let's see what he had to say.
And that's,
Yes,
that's down to Kilmarnock. Celtic were really poor the second half, but Kilmarnock got in their faces, pressed them high up the pitch, got the ball forward. They used the ball well when they got on the end of it. Derek's right, in the first half, Celtic enjoyed the possession. It was pretty comfortable for them. So full credit to Derek McInnes for making the change, for the players for taking that on board. And I think everything he said was spot on. As soon as Kilmarnock managed to get themselves level, you could see that the confidence was coming. It would have been easy for them to say, right, we've got ourselves level in a good position. Don't be taking those risks. Don't continue to push, the wide men high up the pitch, getting support from midfield. They kept going and they got the rewards in the end. And that's a thoroughly deserving victory for Kilmarnock. They're the better side by far in the second half. And I think the credit goes to them because they stopped Celtic from playing out for the back, getting into a rhythm, forcing them long balls at times. And it was really brave from Derek McInnes.
Something that we've been speaking about on this channel specifically is the way that we want teams not to sit back. And finally, over the past couple of weeks, we've that have played out and played some good football, and you've had Kilmarnock. So teams can do it. Teams can come to Celtic Park, and I'm always saying this as a football fan. I can take it on the chin. We are not entitled to win everything. We're not entitled to win. We've had a fantastic period over the last 20 years of dominance in Scottish football, and long may that continue. And we're still in the Scottish Cup, and we're still top of the league. But when it comes to it, we want Scottish teams we want the product on the pitch to be more of a bit of an entertainment football-wise. And yesterday we got that, so we can't complain about it. We can't complain about Celtic being so bad when we want other teams in the league to actually push up and try against Celtic and make it a better overall product for the better of Scottish football. And let's face it, it makes Celtic want to up their game also, and something that we really need to do. So with that being said, it's Monday morning, we're top of the league, we're looking down on the Rangers under everyone else, and never mind you can't predict what's going to happen in the future. We play them in a couple of weeks' time. Whatever happens. I still think that we're in a good position. This will be the kick up the back end that Celtic needs. But I did say we always drop points. Historically, we always drop points in December. Now that we've got it out the way earlier on in the month, let's go on a run and still be top of the league, looking down on the Rangers when it comes to the winter break. And on that note, have a fantastic day, Celtic fans all around the world.
Lit. Roll up to the